Coming up on Citrus TV News, details on the arrest of the Whitman Dean.
A prominent politician is writing a book for young adult fans.
And the FDA is asking for help in curing heroin overdoses.
Citrus TV News starts right now.
From the Citrus TV studios, this is Citrus TV News live at 6, your campus news leader.
Good evening and welcome to Citrus TV News live at 6. I'm Alex Amico.
And I'm Jackie Prager. Let's take a look at today's top stories.
A former Syracuse football defensive back has been charged with trespassing on the university campus. Nashawn Howard is already facing charges for stabbing two other football players in April of 2014.
Howard was told not to go near the football players by a judge Wednesday morning, but was later spotted near the Manley Field House on campus. DPS arrested him yesterday afternoon and took him to the Onondaga County Justice Center for holding.
New details are out about the arrest of Whitman Dean Kenneth Kaviech. The Post-Standard reported that he allegedly paid an undercover cop who was posing as a prostitute in March. Kaviech offered to pay $80 in exchange for sex at the Maplewood Suites in Liverpool. His first court appearance is on September 29th. In other Whitman news, the school received a strong academic ranking in the wake of the Dean's scandal. The Princeton Review named Whitman the 20th best online MBA program of 2017. This is the second year in a row that the school has received a ranking in the top 20. The list of schools is based on surveys of administration and students enrolled in the online programs.
The Syracuse stage is hosting a sensory-friendly live performance of Mary Poppins this January. There will be several changes to the theater atmosphere, such as lighting and sound, in order to make it a more comfortable experience for those who get overwhelmed. Tickets are being sold at the box office on Genesee Street. And the Counseling Center has created a new therapy group for the fall called Students of Color, Releasing the Invisible Weight. They hope students are able to talk about additional challenges they face while at college and in life because of their race. The schedule for the fall group sessions will come out as well.
SU is now a storm-ready university. The National Weather Service is recognizing the school for taking all the necessary steps needed to save lives and protect property when severe weather strikes. A meteorologist with the National Weather Service will present the award to SU officials during a ceremony next week. And National Geographic writer and editor Don Belt is currently speaking in the Herg Auditorium in Newhouse. Belt is talking to students about how to integrate digital media into traditional storytelling. Follow the conversation on Twitter by searching the hashtag #SlowJourn.
7 months after being told sandwich boards are against the law, Jamesville business owners say it's time to reach an agreement. Citrus TV reporter Nick Papantonis went to Jamesville to figure out why a compromise is taking so long.
It just seems like it is such a non-issue.
Customers can't believe it. Neither can business owners. But for 7 months, the town of DeWitt has been fighting them over their sandwich boards.
We received a notice from the Planning and Zoning Board in DeWitt that our signs were a violation of some planning code that had been on the books for eons, and that if we didn't take them in, we would be cited and fined.
The bakery took theirs down and saw a drop in customers. Across the street, the yoga studio did not.
The bakery found a way around the sandwich board rules with these flower box signs, which are perfectly legal under town code. But all of the business owners say it's time to reach an agreement and move on.
It seems like an easy thing, and they're pulling in all the, well, we have to follow the rules, in which they probably could have pushed this through faster, but because of some of the opposition, they're dragging their feet.
The opposition says the signs are an eyesore and dangerous for passing drivers.
There are a few people in town just feel that they know better, but it's okay that the blood drive signs are out. It's okay that the town of DeWitt has their signs out.
The businesses almost reached a compromise with the town, but the planning board believes more comments are needed. They were also too busy to meet for an interview or give an official statement.
I don't think as a business owner I need to go door to door and ask people what they think. They're a council, a government body. They should be able to look at the facts and say yes or no.
It should take no energy or time. It's a sandwich board.
In the town of DeWitt, Nick Papantonis, Citrus TV News.
The planning board is set to meet tonight. The signs are on the agenda, but business owners don't expect any changes.
A national transgender rights leader is coming to Syracuse. Nicole Maines is speaking at the Art Rage Gallery at 7 p.m. tomorrow. Maines won a monumental transgender bathroom case in her home state of Maine. The East Side Art Gallery is unveiling a painting of Maines as part of its Americans Who Tell the Truth series. And 5 officers are facing charges for beating an inmate in a New York prison in 2013. 2 of the accused also sued the FBI, saying that they had been wrongfully fired because they are minorities. The inmate, Kevin Morris, suffered 5 broken ribs, a collapsed lung, and facial fractures. Prosecutors say one of the officers ripped off Moore's dreadlocks as a trophy. One officer allegedly faked an injury to make it look like Moore attacked him, and the 2 officers who are suing pleaded not guilty yesterday, but the other officers pled guilty and resigned.
A former top aide to New York Governor Cuomo will plead not guilty to federal extortion and conspiracy charges. Joe Percoco and 7 others are accused of bribery and fraud schemes related to upstate economic development projects. Another former Cuomo insider, Steve Howe, has already pled guilty to charges connected to the case. The governor is not accused of breaking any laws. And after the break, updates on the protests in North Carolina.
And we'll let you know what the early votes are telling us about November's presidential election.
Summer came to a close this morning at 10:21 a.m., but today felt like nothing like fall. 85 degrees was our high, warm, mostly sunny day. Not bad overall, but I am tracking rain and the arrival of cool temperatures. How will this affect your juice jam? I have the answer coming up after the break. Stay with us.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat?
1 in 5 children struggles with hunger in America. Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Looking for these? You drive buzzed. It could be one very expensive ride.
First, you gotta make bail. Then pay me to get your car back.
Your insurance premiums will go through the roof.
And my legal fees just keep adding up. All told, it could end up costing you $10,000.
Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
I see you mobbing over her. Let's go. Let's mob. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, we mobbing. Come on, girl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl.
The U.S. Department of Homeland Security is expanding its efforts to deport Haitian immigrants. Thousands of immigrants have arrived at the California border with Mexico following the earthquake in 2010.
U.S. authorities have avoided deporting Haitians since 2011, but now they say that the influx is forcing Border Control to turn them away. It is unknown if Haiti will agree to take the people back.
A Tulsa officer is facing charges for manslaughter. Betty Shelby fatally shot Terrence Crutcher while he was tending to his broken-down vehicle.
Crutcher was unarmed. If convicted, Shelby will face at least 4 years in prison. Earlier this year, another Tulsa officer was convicted of manslaughter.
And the National Guard has been deployed to Charlotte amidst the violent protests there. Some companies have told their employees not to go to work, and a man is in critical condition after being shot in the chaos.
Charlotte's police chief says he plans to show the police video of the shooting to the family, but it won't be released to the public right now. Police are saying that the video shows whether or not the man was armed, which would calm the protests occurring in the city.
Charlotte's mayor spoke to promote the transparency of the investigation and then the hopes of an end to the riots.
I ask again for calm, peaceful demonstrations from our citizens. It is important that we have a full and transparent investigation of the original incident, and we are working very hard in a collaborative way to ensure the integrity of that investigation. We have also partnered with the state of North Carolina for additional resources to care for our city and to secure the safety of our citizens.
Senator Bernie Sanders can now add young adult author to his resume. Sanders' next book is called Our Revolution,
and is being adapted for teenagers in the hopes of encouraging them to become engaged in public service. The book hits the shelves in April. We'll have more election coverage on Talking Points tonight at 7:30 right here on OTN.
The Afghanistan government signed a peace deal with a global terrorist today. The deal is Afghanistan's first peace agreement since 2001.
The terrorist will be able to return to Afghanistan after 20 years. The deal has yet to be signed by the Afghani president.
Afghanistan will use this deal to prove it can compromise for peace. The deal also gives the terrorist immunity from prosecution.
Italy's advertisements for its first ever Fertility Day are coming under fire. The event is designed to combat the declining birth rate and rising age at which women are having kids.
But some people are complaining the ads for the day were racist, sexist, and placed the blame on women. Critics say young people were portrayed as wasting their fertility.
And minorities were shown promoting bad habits. They also say the ads fail to address the weak economy and unaffordable daycare.
And the U.S. government is countering allegations made by the Syrian president yesterday. President Bashar Assad said the U.S. intentionally struck Syrian troops.
The White House is acknowledging that it made an error, but says Assad has not owned up to targeting hospitals and refugee camps. It also says that Russia failed in its role in ensuring Syria's cooperation under the ceasefire.
A fire at a Puerto Rican power plant left most of the island in the dark Wednesday night. 2 transmission lines failed following a fire at the plant.
1.5 million people lost power, and many were forced to spend the night without lights and air conditioning to escape the tropical heat. The Electric Power Authority is investigating the incident.
And coming up after the break, Brendan Tierney joins us with the full weather forecast.
Citrus TV News will be right back.
You've messed up your son's haircut.
Mom?
Do you A, try to fix it?
Like it never happened.
B, work with what you got? Or C, show solidarity?
Thank you, baby.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Fancy pants peanut butter? A big screen television? You haven't even bought a sofa yet. A motorcycle? When your father finds out, he's gonna flip his shoes with 2 buckles? What do you even need 2 buckles for? Mr. Big Shot, buying whiskey shots for everybody in the bar. From the looks of it, I'd say nobody even remembers. Feed the pig.
Summer-like temperatures continued all the way up to the official end earlier today.
But will the 80s suddenly disappear with the coming of fall?
Citrus TV weather anchor Brendan Tierney is in studio to let us know. Brendan?
Good evening, Jackie and Alex. Not bad today. Unfortunately, it's pretty cold coming tomorrow. We do have those fall temperatures moving into the area. Around the region right now, 85 in Syracuse, 85 in Penn Yan. Rochester's at 81, so above average temperatures definitely. Normally this time of the year we're in the low 70s. 71 is the average for today. Most of the year, looking at current radar, nice and dry across the region. Unfortunately, it's not going to stay that way. As we take a look at your current surface radar, we have high pressure in the area right now, but that will be moving out of here into tomorrow, and that will be allowing some rain to move in. So we take a look back closer in the region. Future tracker radar, you're able to see storms moving into the area late tonight, early tomorrow morning. Luckily, they're out of here by tomorrow afternoon, so if you have plans tomorrow night, not bad for the evening, but it will be wet if you're out in the area tomorrow afternoon. There are some heavy storms in the area, so keep an eye on the weather reports and any thunderstorm warnings that might be popping up. Unfortunately, it is fall. However, hurricane season is not quite over yet. Taking a look at the tropics, two storms down there right now, Tropical Depression Carl and Tropical Storm Lisa. Luckily, they're not going to affect us directly here in the Syracuse area for our Citrus TV 5-day forecast. Tomorrow, Friday, high of 72 degrees, 65% chance of rain. Most of that will be in the morning, daytime. Be clearing out by mid-afternoon. Not bad for your weekend, however. 64 on Saturday, 63 on Sunday. So a little cold for Juice Jam, but not too bad. It's Monday. A chance of rain returns. Luckily, that's in the evening, so if you have any classes Monday morning, not bad overall. And then Tuesday, another chance, a bit of a warm-up.
All right, so the million-dollar question, Brendan, if we're going to Juice Jam, how should we dress for the weather? What should we plan on?
I'd be wearing pants since it's in the 60s. Luckily, won't be raining. Not as disgusting as it was last year, but still not the best weather we could ask for.
I guess we can hope for the best.
Yeah, hope for the best. Luckily, it's going to be dry.
Dress prepared.
Dress prepared. Thanks, guys.
All right, and the FDA is asking for help creating an app that can connect anyone. The FDA is asking for help creating an app that can connect anyone experiencing an overdose to the closest supply of the reversal drugs. Officials say the app should tell heroin addicts in the community where they can find the drugs. It should also help emergency services find people who are overdosing. Proposals are due November 7th. The top prize is $40,000. Doctors in Hawaii are dealing with a more drug-resistant strain of gonorrhea. All the patients with the disease so far have been cured, but it did not come as quickly or as easily as before. There have been drug-resistant strains in the past, but experts say this is the first time it's appeared in a cluster. The normal strain of the infection appears in 800,000 people every year.
Bad news if you're on Yahoo, your personal information could be in danger. The internet giant is admitting that at least 500 million accounts were breached in 2014. Information at risk includes your name, date of birth, and password. Yahoo is urging users to change their passwords if they haven't done so in the last 2 years. And some good news in the working world, national unemployment rates are dropping. The Labor Department announced today that jobless claims fell by 8,000. This means that more companies are holding on to employees and even hiring more workers. The unemployment rate now stands at 4.9%.
Attorney General Loretta Lynch is talking about taking action against companies involved in mass mailing schemes. Lynch addressed the issue earlier today, stating that each year millions of Americans receive fraudulent letters falsely claiming that they've won cash or prizes. The companies lure citizens into mailing back a processing fee for taxes. Lynch stated that the government will work to combat these mailing schemes, but also urged the public to spread awareness of these fraudulent emails. Disney has stopped the sales of a costume from their upcoming film Moana. Critics say the costume is racist because it allows the child to pretend to be another race. It is made of brown trousers and a long-sleeved shirt covered in tattoos, and a skirt made of leaves. Disney apologized that the costume offended some people, and the film comes out in November.
Well, I don't know about you, but I still am going to go see that Moana movie. Up next, a year of dominance in Syracuse sports and a Thursday night football preview. Stick around.
Well, Thomas, you've got pre-diabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have pre-diabetes. Big time.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it. It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Here we go. We're gonna go out there in the rain. You're gonna get wet. All right, here we go. Go, bro. Okay, quick. Oh, yeah, yes. So much fun. Mwah. We're getting so wet.
So the Syracuse women's soccer team lays their 5-game winning streak on the line tonight down in Clemson, South Carolina. The Orange at 7-1-2 have jumped out to a strong start this season behind midfielder Elena O'Neill. The junior leads her team with 4 goals, including a last-minute score against Buffalo last week. Number 13 Clemson, however, provides a tougher test for Syracuse. The Tigers thumped their last opponent, Presbyterian College, 9-0. That game begins in a little under an hour at 7 o'clock. Elsewhere on the Hill, the SU women's volleyball team has struggled so far this year, but they still have hope. Anything can happen with the start of interconference play. Tomorrow, Boston College visits the women's building for the Orange's first ACC matchup this season. Cuse has been shut out in 6 of their 9 losses this year, but they swept BC in straight sets the last time these teams met in October 2015. The Orange will be aiming for their 2nd win of the season. Game time for that match is set at 5:30. 2016 has had some historic stretches of winning for Syracuse sports teams, whether it be the SU basketball and soccer teams making it to the Final Four, or the cross-country team winning the national championship. Athletically, Cuse has excelled, but no team on campus has dominated its competition this year quite like the women's field hockey team. Syracuse has followed up its national championship title run by beating top 4 teams 10 times on their way to an 8-0 record. If they haven't done it already, tomorrow the Orange has another opportunity to validate its #1 ranking against Carolina. The number 5 Tar Heels won't be knocking their knees in fear when SU visits Chapel Hill. In the last 2 seasons, the only team to beat Syracuse is, you guessed it, North Carolina. That top 5 clash is slated for 6 o'clock. And on to the MLB, things just got a whole lot more interesting. Last night, the Mets dropped their 3rd straight game to the Atlanta Braves, final score 4-3. Those 3 losses put New York in a 3-way tie for first place with San Francisco and St. Louis for the NL wildcard spot. It's only the 2nd time since 1969 that 3 teams have been tied for first in the wildcard race this late in the season. And about that other team in New York, the Yankees look to sweep the Rays tonight at 7 in Tampa Bay. The Yanks are mathematically eliminated from the divisional race, but there's still hope for a wildcard spot if all the cards break just right. New York is 2.5 games back with 11 to go. And finally, in the NFL, the New England Patriots find themselves in an unfamiliar position tonight against the Houston Texans. The Pats are forced to start 3rd-string rookie quarterback Jacoby Brissett because of an injury to backup quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo. Keep in mind, starting QB Tom Brady is still serving his 4-game suspension for last year's Deflategate debacle. So Bill Belichick will send out the rookie against All-Pro defensive end J.J. Watt and the Texans' fearsome front 7. That one begins at 8:25. And guys, heading into that one, it's the first time in a long time that the Pats seem to be teetering on the edge, not really sure how they're going to do. I expect it to be a really exciting matchup. I can't wait for Thursday night.
So they've got their 3rd-string quarterback in, but Rob Gronkowski is going to be active tonight.
Yes.
Do they have a chance?
I think so. I would never count out Bill Belichick, and adding Gronk back into the mix is a phenomenal boost to that offense. I would expect him to remain competitive, if not win against Houston.
All right, thank you very much. Citrus TV News will be right back.
Care of a family member can lead to plenty of questions. Fortunately, there's a place to get the answers, for them and for you. Find articles, tips, and tools from experts and others who have been in your place. The Caregiving Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. You're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Yeah, I saw that coming. That will throw you off track. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes? B, console her?
Don't worry, sweetie. This is gonna happen a lot.
Or C, find her a new boyfriend?
Nice, single boys. That was weird.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Hey, look, it's those guys.
Are you good to drive?
I'm fine.
How many did you have?
I should be fine.
You should be.
Go and step out of the vehicle for me.
See ya, buddy. Good luck. So turns out, buzz driving and drunk driving, they're the same thing, and it costs around $10,000. So not worth it.
Well, welcome back, Brendan. What do we have to look forward to tomorrow?
Let's take a look at your day planner for tomorrow. Not bad overall. There will be some scattered storms in the area. We're looking at 66 degrees at 9 a.m. 72 is our daily high. We're hitting that around noon, 1 p.m. Then back down to 66 in the afternoon. A little cold tomorrow night. Not bad overall. Watch out for some gusty winds as well.
And so in Syracuse, we have notoriously short falls. Are we going to go right into winter after going to the official start of fall?
Well, last year was an El Nino year, much warmer fall. This year, La Nina seems to have weakened a little bit in the Pacific Ocean, so we might be heading for a bit of an earlier winter, but we don't know quite yet. We'll see that a little mid-October.
Those aren't words we're looking forward to, but thanks anyways.
Thanks, guys.
And on this day in history, Abraham Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation in 1862. When the Civil War broke out in 1861, Lincoln suggested that its sole purpose was to restore the Union and not to free the slaves held by the South.
Following a major Union victory, Lincoln announced that slaves in Confederate territory would be set free. Several months later, Lincoln allowed the Union to recruit escaped slaves as soldiers.
A copy of the Emancipation Proclamation hangs in the National Archives in Washington, D.C.
That's all the news for now. Thank you for joining us this evening.
You can follow Citrus TV News on all social media and check us out our brand new CitrusTV.com for more news. I'm Jackie Prager.
And I'm Alex Amico. Have a great night, Syracuse.